What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. First off, this is the first video that I'm recording on my new laptop, so bear with me. I'm using the same camera, but there's a whole new setup and software for the camera on this laptop, so it's taking some getting used to. Hopefully I can get the picture quality where I want it. There was some editing software already installed on this laptop, so I may implement that in the future, maybe try to take advantage of that. Something that I have to do some homework on and just some playing around with to kind of hammer that out, because it's going to be something completely new to me. I am just an old fart that doesn't know much about any of that type stuff, so definitely going to be a learning process. I have a very small collection update video for you guys today. It's only going to be 5 CDs. But before I get into that, I do have a giveaway going for Desgracia Eterna with their full length entitled Sombrio Pacto com Escuerda Eterna. I have a album spotlight / giveaway video that I will link up in the description for you guys, so definitely go check that out. I'm only going to keep that giveaway going for a few more days. It will probably be closed by the end of the week, and I will select a winner. If not, first part of next week, definitely. But I don't expect to keep that giveaway going just too terribly much longer, so definitely take advantage of that. As I said, it is in the description. 5 CDs, all pretty solid stuff that I'm going to show you guys today. I'm still working my way through this stack. That is going to be a sizable collection update video in the very near future. I want to work my way and listen to everything in that so I can give it a fair shake and a fair synopsis when I do that collection update video. I have some more stuff from that seller on the way as well, about 5 or 6 more CDs. So I may just wait and just do that one big update with all of that. Anyway, getting into the stuff that I'm going to show today, 3 of these CDs I purchased from eBay, but I believe that these artists have a Bandcamp for these albums. At least 2 of these 3 I know they have a Bandcamp going, so I will link that up in the description. And the final 2 I purchased from Bandcamp, so I'll definitely link those Bandcamp links up as well, so you can check the albums out for yourself and possibly support and purchase your own copy. The first one that I'm going to show is a band out of Colombia. This is some black metal. This band is entitled, I guess this project is a 3-member project entitled Knox. And the name of this release is Manifestaciones de la Eterna Noche. Yeah, I butchered that and I apologize. Just looking at that artwork, you would think this was possibly some like pagan type black metal. And it's definitely not. Do not get that misconception in your head just from the artwork. I know they say don't judge by the artwork, and unfortunately I did a blind purchase on this, and although it was not what I was expecting, this is some fantastic traditional sounding black metal. Very, very raw type stuff. There's just no frills. It's just evil, dark, traditional sounding black metal. This could have easily come out in the 90s. And you could have told me this came out in the 90s, and I probably would not have argued with you. I would have just blindly shook my head and said, yeah, it did. Actually, this was released in 2015. This is the band's only full length. They have a split and a demo as well, but this is, as I said, their only full length. This was released on Tribulation Records, and I think Tribulation did a fantastic job hunting this band down, finding them, and releasing this material. Definitely check this out, especially if you're into any kind of traditional, old school sounding black metal. I think you will dig that quite a bit. The next band is out of Poland. This is seems to me a pretty huge like black and death metal movement that's been going on in Poland for quite some time. This band is a bit more to the black metal side. This is a Serpent Seed with Debris of Faith. This actually came out in 2014, and somehow I had not heard of it until just very recently. This was released on the End of Time Records, and this is some fantastic stuff. As I said, it tends to lean more to the black metal side of things most of the time. There are some fantastic riffs and some plays on some riffs that go on within this album that definitely worth your time checking out. There are a couple tracks on this that kind of throw you for a loop at a point, because it almost has like a thrash vibe going on in this as well. Fantastic stuff. Definitely check this out if you have not. As I said, I just recently found it. I was surprised that I have not heard this beforehand. Fantastic stuff. Glad to have that in the collection. I think it's something that I'm going to find myself returning to quite often. Next up, we have some death metal, and this is a band out of Greece. Unfortunately, this band disbanded in 2016. This was kind of their last hurrah. They only released one full length over a period of about 15 years. They have a ton of demos, EPs, splits, that type stuff going on. This was a compilation of some of the stuff from those demos, splits, and all that type stuff. And this was their like last hurrah that they released in 2016 as they disbanded. This band is called Nocturnal Vomit, and this release is entitled Screams from the Pandemonic Tomb. Pretty solid stuff, kind of raw sounding black metal. Not black metal, death metal. Sorry about that. I love the artwork just throughout this entire release. I love the slipcase artwork. I love the actual album artwork itself. There we go. And like I said, it's just kind of raw, harsh death metal. It's grounded in a passion for kind of old school sound. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of Asphyx influence and almost worship going on within this release. And I'm not a huge fan of Asphyx, but I dig Nocturnal Vomit. I don't know how that works. I think they were able to take that influence and kind of spin it to their own sound, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. The next two that I'm going to show, as I said, were both Bandcamp purchases, and they're both 2020 releases. First one I'm going to show is some doom metal out of Portland, of all places. Portland, as I said in my Album of the Year video, shameless plug, which will also be linked up in the description. I had a few bands from Portland, and there's this movement, man. I guess the heavy metal scene in Portland must be just blowing up, because I keep on finding just fantastic stuff out of Portland. And I was finding death metal after death metal after death metal release. It's just murky, slimy, dirty death metal. And I stumbled across this doom metal release, and it was a nice change of pace. And I was surprised when I saw that it was from Portland. This is Cryptic Edifice with their self-titled EP. Fantastic doom metal. They released, I believe, one other either demo or EP, and that was like 8 years ago. So this is like 8 years in the making EP. Pretty solid stuff on this. Has a epic doom sound. It has some heavy, like traditional heavy metal, even some thrash stuff going on. Almost some stoner vibes going on in this in times as well. One of the most notable members for me in this in the band Cryptic Edifice was Brian Rush. He's the bass player, and man, he has like a huge list of bands that he's played with, toured with, done live stuff with. Power Beast, Blood Freak, Dishonor. I can't remember them all. There was like a huge list, but definitely check this out. If you're in that almost traditional doom, even epic doom, or traditional metal sound, check out Cryptic Edifice, because I think you will dig that out. Dig that out. I think you will dig it. Sorry. I keep on, I don't know if it's sinuses or what. I can't hardly talk. This is probably the 4th or 5th time that I've actually tried to record this video, so I keep screwing up, and I can't talk today, but we're just going to power through this one. The last one that I'm going to show is probably, I know it's only February, but it's definitely the best release I've heard from 2020 so far. I was starting to move away, kind of, I think my love for atmospheric black metal had waned a little bit. I was starting to seek out new material in other genres, that type stuff. Maybe I was just kind of burnt out on it, and this release has re-sparked that love for me. This is Lesath with their release Sacred Ashes. Fantastic atmospheric black metal. This is a release that I can just get lost in. I put this on, and I'm in a whole nother world for the duration of this release. Fantastic. I love the artwork. I love the atmospheres going on in this. You don't hear much. It's hard to find out much of anything from this band. They're very steeped in mystery, and it's hard for me to find out anything really about them. I know when I received the package, it was postmarked from Russia. It was a dual release on physical format between Cassius Belli and I think Beverina. It was postmarked from Russia. Sounds very, very, very similar to a lot of the Russian atmospheric black metal bands that I do love. So I'm wanting to say that it has some Russian ties for the band members in that release. If not, some heavy, heavy influence. As you know, I'm a sucker for like Elderwind, Skyforest, that type stuff. Man, I fell head over heels for this album. I've listened to this so many times. I mean, it just grabs me from the very beginning. So, fantastic stuff. I can't speak the praises of this one album enough. So, definitely check that out if you have not. As I said, I will have them all linked up in the description. I'm still working my way through this stack. Metalhead box is on the way. There was a delay this month, so the January box was just shipped out, I believe, yesterday. So that should be here pretty soon. I have another pretty big eBay order on the way as well, and I have about 10 to 12 things in my Discogs shopping cart that I'm hoping that I can pull the trigger on very, very soon as well. Have a order from Razorback Records on the way, so I mean there's still plenty of stuff. I know I've been kicking out these videos, then I had a little break before this video, but I've just been working nonstop for the past week or so. Definitely going to get back in the swing of things, get the hang going again, because I'm off for the next few days after tonight. So definitely look forward to some material coming your way very, very soon. That's all for today. Stay classy, stay metal, get in on that giveaway, and I will see you all very, very soon. I promise.